in this complete video series, we are going to learn everything about TypeScript. From the basics, we are going to learn about TypeScript, and then we are going to do some projects also, so that we can learn thing in a practical way. So we're going to learn the basics first, and what we are going to learn, let me quickly tell what we're going to learn. And this whole video series is based on a book. You can purchase the book separately, but it's okay if you have not that book, it's not there. And what we're going to cover in this, let me take you all through that thing. So what we're going to do, we are first going to do the project setup, then we're going to do some TypeScript basics, like all the basics we are going to do from start. What are the different types of TypeScript, and then the compiler and all. We are going to do TypeScript compiler, then we are going to do classes and interfaces. Okay, it's a very important topic because TypeScript give JavaScript classes mainly wings, so they get their superpowers in TypeScript. Like private and protected are not allowed in ES6 classes, but they're allowed through TypeScript. Then after that, we are going to do some advanced types of guards and discriminated union. Then we are going to do the generic decorators and generics and decorators. Decorators are used heavily in Angular, so we all know what decorators are. Okay, then we are going to do the projects. To-do list with TypeScript, a drag drop project. This is an awesome project, drag and drop project, just like a Trello. It is there. So then we are going to change that project into modules and webpack. Then we are going to do a React TypeScript project, and then we are also going to do a React Redux. So welcome to chapter 2. Here we are going to do our basic setup for the project. So how to do a TypeScript project, we're going to do that. Okay, so let me share my screen. So you should know terminal. By this time you should know terminal, because you are doing an advanced TypeScript, advanced concept, which is advanced even than React. And TypeScript is nowadays mostly used in React, and Angular it was already there. So if you do Angular or React, you should know the terminal. So that is something which is expected from the course. Okay, so what we are going to do here, I will just make a directory mkdir, maybe name it as basics. Inside the directory, I'm making another directory. Maybe I'll increase the font size a bit, and then I will cd to this, open it with VS Code, and then okay, it is opening. Why it is not opening? Yeah, it is opening. Okay, so that is done. Now I will create a file here, index.html. Index.html I'll create, and I will write a basic HTML skeleton with the help of VS Code. This is HTML file you get the basic HTML skeleton. Then I'll write TypeScript, and in the body also I'll have a h1 of TypeScript. And then after that I will have a script tag. But in the script tag I will have a main.js file, not a TS file, because the browser at the end of the day only understands HTML, CSS and JavaScript. It doesn't understand the TypeScript and all. So I will save it. Then to use TypeScript, I need to have TypeScript globally installed on the system. So we need to do that with npm-i-g TypeScript. If you are on a Windows, and if you are on a Mac like me, you have to add the sudo command in front of it. Why? Because anything you should want to install globally on a Mac, you need a sudo command. So here I will need a sudo command. So I'll do a sudo command and it will be installed globally. So it will be installed. Now let us create a TypeScript file. So come here and create a main.ts, not js, main.ts file. Main.ts file I have created, and I'll have a clg, and this is TypeScript. I'll do, and just a simple console log. I'm saving it. Now how to run this TypeScript file? To run the TypeScript file, we need to run tsc and main.ts. So I'm able to run use this command tsc because I've just globally installed TypeScript, and it should be in the same directory. So see, I'll do this tsc main.ts, and maybe what will happen, we'll see. Okay, I'll enter it, and everything was okay, and I get a main.js. Main.js was automatically generated. I didn't generate it. So now the main.js, we are showing the main.js. Now I'll open it with VS live server, because that is what you should know, the live server. So this is the live server. I think, hope everybody knows the live server. For most HTML CSS projects, you need the live server. Okay, so I will click here and see the TypeScript has been shown. And maybe I'll not open it in Safari, which is my default browser, because as usual, Safari have a lot of it is not that much developer friendly. So let me open it in Chrome, and let me make it a bit smaller because we don't need so big thing. And I'll go to this inspect, and I will go to this console, and I got my console. This is a TypeScript, it's been done. Okay, so this has been done, and we are going to start with TypeScript basic from the next chapter. In the next chapter, we are going to learn all the basic, and the chapter will be big, so it will be divided into two parts, so that I'll have the small chunks like 15-20 minute chunks, so that you can all complete one chunk in one go. So it is like that. So we'll start that in the next chapter. Welcome to chapter 3. Here we will start with the TypeScript basic. This is where we left in the previous chapter, and this chapter will be a bit bigger, so it will be divided into two chapters. So let's get started with the TypeScript basics. And for that, what are different types in TypeScript? So we'll get a new file, and this file index.ts. This file will actually get a lot of errors, and we don't want to use it. We are using it just to learn. It will contain a lot of error. We'll not be able to compile it, but we are going to learn about different types. So TypeScript means types are there. So JavaScript doesn't have types like numbers and all. So here we'll start the number type. The first type which we are going to start is the number type. Okay, so numbers type we are going to start. So let my num equal to 10. So I have given a my num variable, my num as 10. Okay, and the thing with TypeScript is that, see, it is saved with the .ts extension. If I save it like this also, it will have a type. It is not like JavaScript, it won't have a type. And how do I know the type? I have to hover my mouse over it. I'm hovering my mouse over it. So let my name is a number type. So after the colon, you have to give the type. So it is not necessarily mandatory to write it, but we can write it also, and it is always advisable. We'll see why it is advisable. Let another num and optional, and then number equal to 20, like this. Okay, so then my num equal to 12, then my num equal to 12. I am able to give my num equal to 12, but if I try to give my num equal to string 12, this is where TypeScript comes into play. If you're going to give this in JavaScript, it will be completely fine. But TypeScript, even before compiling, I have not saved the index.ts file, but it is giving me error. I have not saved the index.ts file in my VS code. Okay, so it is giving me error. So, and the error, if I hover my mouse over it, I will get the exact error. The error, it is telling that string is not assignable to type number, and that is the error. String is not assignable to type number because it's a number. It is expecting a number. Now I'll do another num equal to 30, and another num equal to false. Num equal to false value. Okay, so like this. So I'm giving a boolean now. So if I hover my mouse over it, it will give the boolean is not assignable to type number. So like this, it is there. So this is the benefit of TypeScript. So now that is there, numbers we have seen. So it's time to see the another thing, which is a string. So we're going to see all the things. So string I'll give. Okay, so string. Okay, so string and boolean type we are going to see. So let my str, and this time let us give that first, and string. So also notice one thing, all the types are in small case. Like after colon, it is number is n is small, s is small, like this. Okay, so I'll do a hello, and it can happen that I don't want to give, so another str equal to world. But even if I don't give TypeScript, it will take it as a string because it has seen that there is a string here. Okay, so again the same thing will be there. My str equal to, if I give true, it will give me false. If I give another str equal to 45, it will again give me false and error. And if I hover my mouse over it, it will tell the boolean is not assignable to type string, number is not assignable to type string. Okay, so that is it. So now see the boolean thing, or a boolean type. So boolean, I will see, let my full and boolean equal to true, let another bool equal to false. So like this. Now as usual, I cannot assign any value other than boolean. So my bool equal to string true. It is not okay. Another bool equal to 13. Both of them will give me error. So this is as boolean is there. So now you might see that a lot of places I have not given anything, but I have told that it is always advisable to give the type in TypeScript. Okay, so why it is also advisable, and what is the case in which it is actually required. So let us see one case, and that case has got a special name, and that name is known as inference. Okay, so why it is required, let us see. So suppose I have a salary variable, let salary, but I have not assigned any value to it. This is a common scenario. Then after some time I'll do a salary equal to 12,000. Okay, I'll do that line. But again I'll do a salary equal to string 12,000 and salary equal to 2. Salary equal to 2. So see, in all these three cases I'm not getting any error because TypeScript doesn't know what is the type of salary. So that's why it is not giving me error, which is not a good thing because I wanted my salary to be a number, not to be a string or a boolean or something like that. And to solve this this kind of issue, we should always give a type when we are not assigning something, and this is known as inference. So if I give a type of number here, then see these two will give me error. This is also giving me error, and this is also giving me error. Okay, so that is like that. Now the next thing which we are going to learn is the objects we are going to learn. And here let us create a simple object. So const developer equal to first name is value, comma, last name is Swaz, comma, age is 40, comma, is trainer is true. Is trainer is true. So a simple object. But what is the type of it? And to know the type, we have a shortcut which I have told you. If you don't know what is the type of it or what you should give, you should hover your mouse over that thing and it will give you the type. So it is giving you the type. After a colon, a type has been given, and it seems like an object, but it is actually not an object because I have the semicolon after it. But the types of our object variables you have to give it in this object notation. And first name is a string, last name is a string, number, boolean, it has taken by itself. Whatever is there, it has taken by itself. And this is how you give the types for an object. So let us not give the type in this object. Let us create another object in which we will give the type. So I will create a const new developer equal to, so we should always give a type in one line. It is not, it seems good. Okay, it is, if you give it in different lines it will not seem also good. So name is, I want a name which is a string, then semicolon. Age I want, which is again a number. I think I'm pretty big. Okay, age is a number, and then is dev is boolean. This type is boolean. So this is the type. I have given the type. Now I have to create the real object. So I will give like equal to, and this is the object which I'm going to create. It is giving me error because I'm not yet written the types. So till I complete the types, it will give me error. So here I will have a name, some, comma, age 39, comma, is dev, like this. So now the error has also gone, and I am able to give name, age, and is dev. Okay, and all of them should be like this. So suppose I want to now give a new developer dot name equal to awesome, and it is completely fine, no error. But new developer dot age equal to, if I give a string, and it will give me error. Okay, it is not allowed. Okay, because it is seen from here. Okay, that age is a number. And there is another good thing. Suppose a lot of time what happens in JavaScript, people try to add a new key value here. New developer dot maybe first name equal to, but this is also not allowed, because I have mentioned that this object can have only 3 keys: name, age, and isDev, not more than that. So if I give this, it will give error, and it will not give error in JavaScript, which is not a desirable thing. We should not be able to randomly add key value pairs anywhere. Okay, so it should not be case. So but this is giving the error in the TypeScript. Okay, so that is there. So now we will see the arrays, how to give the arrays. Okay, so let us do the arrays. And arrays we are going to do, so const languages equal to React, comma, Angular, comma, Vue. React, Angular, and Vue I am going to give. Now what is the type of it? Again, let's use the same method which we have seen earlier. So languages, if I go on top of languages, you will see that it is giving me the type as a string and then a array you're seeing. So what is this actually? This is how we give types of arrays. So it means that it's a array of string. So I am writing the array and then the string. So it's an array of string. So now it is expecting string always. So if I come here and do a languages dot push and type state, it is okay. But languages dot push, maybe 23, maybe false, it will not allow. It will say that argument of type number is not assignable to parameter of type string. Argument of type boolean is not assignable to parameter of type string. Okay, so this is like this. And as we have not mentioned anything, but we can mention it also. And this is where sometimes the code seems a bit awkward and all in if you suddenly see TypeScript, but it is, once you get hang of it, you will know it. So I will have a numbers array, which will be array of number. So I will, for starting only I will give it. So I'll give a number. I'll first make this array. An array and this number have written. It means that it's an array of number. Then I'll go here and do a 31, 22, 33. Okay, so that I'll do, and then numbers dot push 36, numbers dot push string 56, and numbers dot push. So all of this will give me error, and sometime you just saw that it gave me error after 1 or 2 seconds. Why? Because this TypeScript runs behind the scene. It keeps continuously running in your VS Code, and sometimes it can get slow. I have a quite fast M1 system, but that I am recording this video also, so it is getting slow. In most cases, it will not get that much slow. It came after maybe 2 seconds. It came. Okay, so that is there. So, but it will give error anyways. So again, I'm getting the error. So now the thing is that we are going to see a thing like complex arrays. We're going to see complex arrays. So complex arrays are like array of object, array of array, which is a multi-dimensional array, which is also known as multi-dimensional. So let us see first a const arr of obj. I can also just directly create it and then see it, but I feel it's like cheating. So let us write it directly. So like I'll do this, and then first thing, it's an array of object. So means see, like this you should see it. It's an array of object. So array is there, and then the object is there. So it's like this, and then these objects will have data types. So I have to write like this. Name is like string, and age is like number. So I expect these two things to be there. Then I'll do equal to this, and then like this array of object name, bindu, and age is 40. So and awesome, and age is 39. Okay, so like this it is there. Now we'll do array of object dot push, name is age is 39. So I'm able to do it, but the same thing, age is 8, and it will give me error that it is not allowed. Okay, string is not assignable to type number. So this is a complex array example number 1. So we'll see another example which is like a array of array or a multi-dimensional array also you can say. So like const arr of arrays. So first thing is the array of array. So I have to make this 2 times array of array, but it will contain numbers. You can have something else also, but I want it to contain numbers, so I have a number. Okay, so like an array is there, inside it another array is there which contains the item as number. So I'll come here and do a like this, then 11, 32, 43, comma 34, 75. So this is how it is done. So now if I want to push something to it, that array of array dot push 31, 32, 30. So like this I have to do it. I have to save it, and it is the next thing which we are going to learn is a functions. Functions are a very important thing in JavaScript. JavaScript is mainly a functional oriented language, and functions also we need to give the type of a functions in the TypeScript, and this is might seems a bit complicated, but it is not complicated at all. So I'll do functions. I'll do functions, and hope you all know functions and all. See, as I've told, at least that much knowledge is required. So I will create a simple arrow function, because that is the way to go in JavaScript or TypeScript, whatever. So I will have a const add nums, but you can use a normal function also, which is a num1 comma num2. So this is a normal function. What it is doing, it is expecting it is taking 2 parameters and returning the sum of it, num1 plus num2, returning the sum of it. So like this it is doing. So now if I do add nums of 10, 20, it is okay, no error is there. But what if I do 10 and 20 like this? Then also no error is there, but it is not a right thing. I'm adding a number to a string, and it will also not give the right result. It will give 10, 20. The result will give 10, 20, which is not the right thing. It means that TypeScript also you have to give the type, or else it doesn't know what is this number and number. It doesn't know. So that's why it is always advisable to give the type. So again, the type of these things, how we are going to get. So let us do something else, some other thing I will going to create, maybe like a const multi nums I will do, and it is equal to a num1 num1 comma num2 again, and then return num1 into num2 I'll do. Okay, so now what types I have to give here? So I'll come here and give a colon here, and then number. Again, give a colon here and number, colon here and number. So like this, I have to give colon and number, colon and number. Okay, so now what will happen? I'll try to do this thing and let me copy this thing and change this to a multi-num. It is okay in the first case, but in the second case I'm getting finally the error which I wanted, that error, because I want only the numbers to be passed, not a string to be passed, and I'm getting the error. Argument of type string is not assignable to parameter of type number. Okay, this is what I have got. So there can be a return type also. So let us see why return type might be required. Okay, and return type is actually, it's good to give the return type also. Const mod nums. If you're coming from a Java background, JavaScript, C++ background, even C background, here we don't have all these things. We just give that num1 as like number or integer, something like that. But here in TypeScript, we are adding something on top of JavaScript. So you have to do all these things. Okay, so again, maybe we'll have something like this only, but I will change it to a modulus, which gives us the remainder. Okay, so this is like this, it is there, num1 and num2 is there, and it is giving me the remainder. So now I have a mod nums and 10 comma 20, which is okay, it will not give me error, but and again it will give me error for like this mod 1020. This is something which is okay, which I'm okay with. Okay, so this is something which you have seen earlier also. But what if some developers, so generally most code will not be like one line, it will have 100 of lines. Suppose from this function I want always a boolean to be written. See this num1 and num2, this will return a boolean. So I want always a boolean to be written. So I want a boolean to be written. So what is there? If the developer do some mistake and instead of returning no, not boolean, so my mistake, I want a number to be returned here. Okay, so number and number should give me the number, so I'm expecting a number. Okay, I'm expecting a number. So if the developer does some mistake like this, return num1 is greater than num2, if he or she does like this, it is not returning a number, it is returning a boolean here. So this lack of comparison operators, this returns a boolean, so it will return true or false, whatever it is written. But I don't want it like this. This function is a modulus num, it means it is doing the modulus of the thing, not checking something like for equality. But somehow the developer did this, and I'm not catching this error right now because I have not mentioned the return type. So where to mention the return type? Return type is generally mentioned after this. I have to give another colon, and then I have to mention the number like this, and this is the return type. This is the return type. Okay, now I'll save it. Now I'm getting the error. Okay, type boolean is not assignable to type number, which is the correct thing. And what if I don't have any return type? Then should I give a return type? Means I'm not a return type, I'm not returning something. Now we're going to look into the void type. So if the return is void, then what? So let us see that with an example. And here I'll have a const print sum equal to like this. I'll have, and it will have a void, then lg and num1 plus num2. So this is what the void type is. See, the return type is a void. Then I'll come here and do a, I can use it like normal only. So like some 1020 is allowed, but 1020 string 20 is not allowed. So now we'll go beyond the function. We're going to learn about union types. So what are union types? So suppose if I want to have two different types for maybe a variable, for something else also. two different types. Maybe it should contain numbers and string both. Then what to do? Then we'll take help of the union type. So let us do that. Let num or str, num or str, and then suppose this variable number str is there, which accept both number and string. So number or string. So this is how we give it. Okay, string spelling is wrong, str in the string. So like this. Now what I can do, num or str equal to 10 and num or str equal to string is also available. So this is like this. So this can be done in a very good case, which is like array. Suppose I want an array of mixed thing, like I want an array of numbers and string. Then what to do? So I'll do a let var, and it's an array, so it will go like this, but I want it to be having a number and string both. So but I cannot give it like this, number string. Okay, not like this. I cannot give it like this, number string. So if I want to give two things, I have to have a bracket here. So this is how I give it. Now what I can give, 10 also and 10 also, no error. But I cannot give something like true like this, it will give me an error. So this is how it is there. So this is the union type. So now we'll learn about another type which is known as literal type. Literal type, actually this literal type means a variable can have only predefined values. What does that mean? Means it's not for string or number. It is like it will have some predefined values, like let my literal is a variable. It will have a bindu or or so it can have only these three values, nothing more than that. So I can also directly assign after this thing. Okay, so and VS Code is also giving me suggestions that these things are allowed, but I cannot give. I can, like, again I can give my literal equal to, maybe so it is again suggesting me. But if I try to give my literal equal to, first it will not suggest me, second it will give me error. So parag is not there. So again it can have values only Navindu, Hriday and Shika. So it is like that. So my literal is like this. I can hover my mouse over it. So parag is not assignable to type Hriday, Navindu and Shika. So it is also mentioning it. Now we will see a enum type, which is actually a combination of union and literal type. And enum, you'll see enum people will use more. So enum have the keyword of enum. So let us see what does that mean. So I'll have enum and enum role. So enum keyword is the role is there, then I will have a admin comma read only comma author. I will have, okay. So now I'll have const my role. Now my role equal to role dot admin. I can do this, okay. And this is all. So this enum keyword is there, and inside role we have like a object kind of a thing, not an object, just a object bracket, not object kind of a thing. And I have admin read only and author. So this role can have only admin read only and author. And how to use it? Role dot admin. But we can also specify that it is having a type of role, because always in TypeScript that if you specify the type, it's always better. So const with the role is role equal to role dot author, save it, and it will have those things. Okay, so that is there. Now the next thing which we will look into is optionals. So what is this optionals? So let's look into that. Okay, so optionals, suppose sometime what happens, I want to have a variable which should be of type number, or it should not be there. So it is like that, if I'm giving that variable, it should be of some type, or else it should not be there. So suppose I have an object in which name is mandatory, but age is like, if age is there, it should be number, or else it should not be there. So how to do it? How to do it in a normal way? Okay, we'll see two ways to do it. Okay, let optional obj. So as I've told, I will have a name which is mandatory, so string, and I will have an age, which is not mandatory. So, but how to give that? So I'll give a number or undefined. Undefined in JavaScript means empty values. So undefined. So equal to, if I want to create a new object, name and age is undefined, but it will give me no error. Okay, but it doesn't seems good. So this is like not good. No, not a good way to show. Actually, there is a very good way to show in TypeScript, and everybody knows that this kind of situations are there. So they've created that way. So let us see that way, and you should always use that only, not this way. Okay. So let better obj is of type name is string and age is number, but age is number, but should be, we'll have a question mark here. Question mark means optional. If it is there, it should be a number, or else it is not necessary to have this thing. This means that this question mark means that. Now I can give it like name and I'll give. Yeah, so it is also okay. And if I give age, then also it is okay. Okay, so it is like this. So this is our optionals. Okay, so now we look into interfaces and types. So let's get started. So what are these interfaces and types? They are different ways to represent the object property. See, we are seeing this object thing, object properties. We are giving a lot of places here, like where is this? Okay, so this object property, I'm giving it in this way. So there is a better way to represent it, and that is through interfaces and types. So we're going to see that both of them are quite similar, and a bit difference is there. We'll understand when the difference arrives. Okay, so let us do the interfaces first. Interfaces. Here I will have a interface of developer and then name of, see here everything which the types require, I'm putting it here itself. Okay, the interface is a keyword. Okay, interface name, age is a number, and is def is boolean, is def is boolean. Okay, like this. Then first person one is developer. So this is how I will mention that it's a developer. The interface is, instead of writing whole another way which you've seen earlier, instead of that I can put all of these things here. But the problem with that, if I have 4-5 different objects which you are soon going to have another object, and every time I have to put this thing, so we can omit that thing. So right here, so I have to now the name do, it is still giving me error because I'm not given everything, and age 40 is dev is true, like this. Okay, so this is done. Similar to this, I can have another person also, like person 2, like this. I can have another person also, so I can have hundreds of persons like this, and I just have to use this. So that is the benefit of a interface. Now what are types? Types are similar to interface, and they can also be used in this example. But the thing is that types can be used in a string, array of objects, or anything else also, not just in object. Interfaces can be used only in object. So let us do that. Here I will do the types, and type developer type equal to, one more difference is there, here there is the equal to is there, and here there is no equal to. Name, the same thing. Why to write it again? And const person 3 is developer type equal to, again the I can have similar to this const person for, or maybe not person for, maybe I will take we'll see another type. Okay, we'll see another type. So type person name is equal to string. Person name is equal to string. Const person for is person name to double. So this is not a that much useful scenario. A person, instead of this directly I could have taken it as string. So but it's okay. This is also something which we can do, and we can do it for array of object also. So let's see one example for array of objects. So suppose come here and do a type other type equal to name is string category. I'll take a union type front end or back end or mobile. Age is, oh bad, this should be like this. Okay, age is number like this. Now it's not a normal object, it's a array of objects, so I have to use this array. So array of objects we've seen earlier also. Direct, instead of directly giving it there, we can make the type here also, and it's much more means cleaner code. That's why for cleaner code we use types and interfaces. So const coder one is coder type equal to this is there, and then name is Hindu, comma. So array of object have to take, and I have again taken this coder type Bindu and category content age t. So like this I can do okay, category mobile and age is okay. So like this I can do it. Okay, so that is there, and now let's run the code. Since our index of ts have a lot of error, we will do something in the main.and because I don't want to also remove this index.ts because all the basic thing is there. So in the main.ts we'll add some of the things, and let's see how to run the code. So here I'll remove this old thing here. Then let's do something for the types and let's get this from here. See one thing in TypeScript, even I'm using it in a different file, the developer type, I cannot use it again because it was already declared. So this is all the things are done by TypeScript in the back, so I cannot use it again, so I have to use something new. So this is again a magic of TypeScript. So develop a new type, and this will be new type, even if it is giving the error for this person 3. So I have till person 4 here, so I'll have it as a person 5. Okay, then let us do a console.log so that we can see the result. Okay, so dollar person 5 dot name is a dollar person 5 dot is dev and is dollar person 5 dot age years. Okay. So is there, save it. Now how to run it? So to run it, I'll go back to maybe I'll learn it from the terminal only. Okay, so here I am going to open this also, and tsc main dot ts I'll do, and it is successful. So also let me go here and check, and I got this. I mean, this is a true dev and it's 40-year-old. So I've got the exact thing. And one more thing, let us see the main.js also. See, the main.js was also changed from the main.ts. Okay, why this error is showing? Actually I have opened the main.js, so that's why it's showing the error. Okay, so main.js, see how it is getting converted. First there is no type or something in the JavaScript, so var is been taken and all, and type and all are been given away, and the concat they are using. So this is how it has been done. So I'll remove it. See, the error has also come because person5 was been shown 2 times. Okay, so that is done, and we are done with this chapter. We'll start the next chapter, chapter 4 now. Welcome to chapter 4 of TypeScript compiler. In the previous chapter, whenever we were making some changes in the TypeScript code, we were running the tsc command. But there are better ways to do that, and we're going to look into that in this. So let me share my screen. And okay, so let's get started. So the first thing is known as a watch mode. So in watch mode, what happens? We can run the same command with tsc which w option. So let us first add something here, or let me start it with this minus w watch mode. So it is starting in the watch mode, so there was nothing different, so it is showing the same thing. Now I will add something more, maybe I don't want it like this. It's okay, we will add this one itself, but again it will give me error. So I will change it to person new name and person maybe 6. Let's do some CLG, so console log, so that we can know that something is happening. Console log and new developer is dollar person 6. Now closely see this thing. When I will save this thing, what will happen here? Save this thing, and it is detected some changes, and it ran again, and see I'm getting this new developer thing. Okay, so this is how it runs. But for bigger project, we just don't do the tsc minus w option. We do something more also, and we do the entire project compilation. And for that, what we do here, I will first close it. Then there is a command which is tsc dash i90. So it will create a TypeScript file. This tsconfig.json file it will create. Okay, so let us again run. So to compile the whole project, we don't have to name the file. We just have to write the tsc. I'll write and write and see a lot of errors have come. Because there are actually a lot of errors in index.ts file. So we have to do something to exclude that file. So for that, what we need to do in this tsconfig.json will go, and there at the end will come, and after this is completed. So these are all the different things we are going to learn about, some of them, but see most of them are commented out. Only this target is there, which tells that the compilation should be in ES 2016 means ES 6. Okay, so the TypeScript should be converted back to that. So that is there. Now do comma after this, then exclude. So exclude I have to do, and it's also giving me the bracket I have to do, and then in this I'll do a index.ts because I don't want this to be compiled. I will now save it. Now let me do a tsc, and see no error came now right now. Okay, and everything is working fine. So this is what we need to do to exclude a file. So now there are ways to include a file also. So suppose I want to exclude all the node models, because sometime in the node models there are JavaScript files which we don't want to run. So right now we don't have node models, soon we are going to have. So node models I'll do, and then comma. Now only node models will be excluded. So now we have to give the include also, include, and include I'll do the main.ts. So it means again the index.tx will not run. Only the include, whatever I put in the include, that will run. So let me open the item and do a tc. I can see no error is there and everything is running fine. So now we'll organize the TypeScript project. There is a way to organize the TypeScript project, and we are going to do that. So first thing is that we'll have two directories soon. Okay, one is the src directory in which all the TypeScript file will be there, and one will be the dist directory in which all the JavaScript file will go. So this TypeScript and JavaScript will go. So for that, let us do one more thing here. But first let us do it here in the tsconfig.json. So tsconfig.json have a lot of things which are commented out. So I'll do a control F and root dir. See, this root dir is there. So this one you have to do, not root dirs. If you have multiple things, you can do it, but generally root directory is one only. So I'll do this root dir, and this is, there will be a src folder soon. So we're going to do that. And the another thing will be out dir. Again, this one I have to uncomment it, and then dist list I have to, I will save it, save both of them now. And it is giving me some errors. Okay, because maybe I have not created the folders. So I'll create the new folder src and new folder eist. In the src I'll move the main.ts and index.ts. Just and put the not dist src and index.ts also I'll move. And index.json, this thing, move it to the dist. And here also we have to update it, because now it is not a main.js in the main folder. It is, I have another folder, so dist, you have to go inside it and then find the main.js, because I want to run the main.js only. So let me save it and let me do a tsc. Actually we can do a -w also here, like this. So it is watching in the dev mode and everything is right, everything is working fine. So this is how it is there. So this is how we have converted it. And yeah, so with this I'm ending this chapter. We'll soon meet in the next chapter.